Hey guys, welcome back. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today we are reading a Wattpad story. Which is just called Michael Afton X Reader. There's no title to it, but yeah. This chapter is called Best Friends. This is coming from the third person. Let's get into it. Michael, Wyan and Michael have been best friends ever since the third grade. But the thing Wyan doesn't like about him is that he bullies Chris, his younger brother. Wyan understood why he keeps it. He did it, but Wyan kept telling him that he should tell his parents about his problems. Listen, Wyan, my parents never really listened to me. So what's really the point, huh? He said with a pity, but cleared his throat after. They were too busy they're too busy being with Elizabeth and Chris, but of course Wyan never stopped telling him. Wyan grew feelings for him, but tried to ignore it, in which Wyan kept on falling. And since tomorrow is Chris's birthday, he told Wyan that he will pull a prank on him, which is putting his head in Paspa's mouth. What is God's name, did you say? Do you not know how dangerous that is? He could be injured. Have you gone mad? But of course, Michael ignored her. Chill, Wyan. It's just a silly prank. A silly little prank. Nothing will go wrong, Michael said, and continued playing video games. Wyan went angry. If your ass doesn't tell them to stop the prank, I'll stop it then. I'll stop them. I'll stop them. They threatened. They said threateningly. His eyes went wide and looked over to her. With her hands on her hips, he sighed. Alright, I won't do this stupid prank, jeez, he said, annoyed. She smiled. Good. Now be nice, she said. Michael rolled his eyes and focused on the screen. Like hell I would stop the prank, he smirked. Toba continued. Okay, next chapter. Chapter 2. What the hell's that? Sorry. Wyan woke up to her alarm and got out of bed. She looked at her calendar and saw that today was Chris's birthday. She changed into some clothes, brushed her teeth, and ate breakfast. Mom, I'm going to Michael's house, she yelled. Alright, be careful, your mom yelled back. Wyan walked 2 blocks down to the Afton's house and knocked on the door. She waited a few seconds and saw Mrs. Afton open the door and with a smile on her face. Good morning, Wyan, she greeted. Good morning, Mrs. Afton, Wyan greeted back. Come on in, she said. Thank you, Mrs. Afton. Wyan said with a smile and entered the house. As she entered the house, she saw a tired Chris on the floor playing with Elizabeth. Wyan smiled and picked up Chris. Happy birthday, Chris, Wyan said with a grin. Thanks, Wyan, he said with a yawn. Did you get any sleep last night? Wyan said with a frown. No, the nightmares came back again, he said with a frown. Wyan softly smiled and put Chris down. Okay then, I'll go check on your brother, okay? She said. Chris nodded his head. Wyan smiled and asked Mr. Afton where Michael was, and he said, he's up in his room. Wyan thanked him and walked up the stairs. Walked up the stairs and saw straight down the hallway a sign that said, "Keep out." Wyan already knew that was Michael's room, and entered his room to see Michael putting on a grey t-shirt. Putting on a grey sleeveless shirt showing his torn stomach. Though they were scars, there was a scar and on it and a few bruises. Wyan stood there with a pretty shocked face. Michael noticed her by the reflection of the mirror and turned around with a small nervous smile. "Hey, Wyan," he said while turning around to face them. Hey, Michael," Wyan said as they slightly cleared their throat. "So, did you tell your friends to not do the prank?" She said. Michael stood there with a nervous smile. Yeah, I told them not to do the prank," he said, quite nervous. Ryan raised an eyebrow, then shrugged it off. "Well, come on. I think we're going to leave. Ryan said with a smile. All right. Yeah," he said, following Ryan down the stairs and stuck his tongue out at Chris without Ryan noticing. They all went outside and entered the car and drove to Fazbear's Family Diner and let the party begin. Chapter 3. They got out of the car and entered the diner. Chris... What? They got out of the car and entered the diner. Chris walked behind his mother in slight fear. Mrs. Afton softly smiled and told him to go play with all the other children. Chris nodded his head and walked over with Elizabeth. Ryan heard a bell ring, meaning the door opened. When she turned around, she saw Michael's friends walking towards the door with a slight smirk on their face. Ryan didn't think too much about it. Didn't think too much of it, and just shrugged it off. She looked over, seeing Michael messing with Chris. Ryan walked over and picked up Chris. Michael, stop it! It's his birthday. Let him be, please," they said, slightly yelling as they crossed their arms. "Whatever," he said, and walked over to his friends. and started talking and laughing. Ryan rolled her eyes and let Chris down. Chris smiled and walked over to Elizabeth. Ryan decided to go to the bathroom. She couldn't stop thinking about something. She had a bad feeling in her stomach and thought it was the pizza. She left and couldn't believe her eyes. She saw Michael holding Chris near Fazbear as Chris was crying, telling them to stop. Ryan turning over to the noise and shook and ran quickly to snatch Chris. In this story, Chris doesn't die, okay? And snatch Chris from him. Michael, what is... Sorry. What is God's name are you doing? She yelled. With small tears forming in her eyes, Michael and his friends looked at her. With shook faces, then turned to anger. Give him back, you bitch, one of them said. No, Ryan yelled. Ryan walked over to Mrs. Afton and told her to keep Chris away from them. Mrs. Afton nodded and thanked her. Ryan walked back towards the bullies. You guys are idiots. He could have died if I didn't snatch him. You fucking bastards, Ryan yelled in anger as they furiously looked at all of them. Michael looked at her with shook and sadness. Chris would have died? No, I didn't want him to die. Wait, Chris would have died? No, I don't want him to die, he thought. He looked at Ryan with tears forming in his eyes. Oh, okay. I'm gonna cry instead of him crying. Like, wait. Sorry. A sad story. Wait. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm screaming. I'm literally screaming. I can't. It's only been 12 minutes and I'm literally crying. Where was I? He thought. He looked at Ryan with tears forming in his eyes, not knowing that it could have killed Chris, and hugged her. Ah! Sorry. Ryan, I'm sorry, Ryan. Sorry. He said. She hugged him back. Ryan softly smiled. Don't apologize to me. Apologize to Chris. Ryan said. Michael nodded and walked over to Chris. Michael kneeled to Chris's level. I'm extremely sorry, Chris. I treated you like hell because I never got any attention from mom or dad. I thought bullying you. Sorry. I thought bullying you would make it work. I'm so sorry. He said, crying. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually crying as well. Chris looked at Michael in shock and hugged Michael. It's okay. I forgive you, big brother, Chris said with a smile on his face. Michael took a moment and hugged Chris. And hugged Chris back. Mr. Afton came and saw what happened. After the party, we have to talk. After the party, we have to talk, Michael. He said, oh no, Mr. Afton. He said with a stern face. Michael nodded. nodded and got up. Holding Chris and Elizabeth's hand, they played together. Ryan smiled and joined them. A few hours later, everyone was tired and decided to go back home. They entered the car and drove to the Afton's house. After they arrived, they entered the house and sat down on the couch. Mr. Afton cleared his throat, catching everybody's attention. Mr. Afton looked at Michael. So, Michael, what do you mean by us not giving you attention? Mr. Afton said with a emotionless expression. One turned at his question and let out I don't know how to say the word. And let out a sigh, that's what I'm going to say. And let out a sigh. Michael, what I meant by that is that you guys were never giving me attention, only Ryan did, and they always were always there for me and understood all my problems while you guys just left. While you guys just leave me as I never exist to any of you. So I had an idea to bully Chris. Sorry. I had an idea to bully Chris, he said, with tears forming in his eyes, and sat near Ryan, hugging them, and which they returned. Mr. Afton stood there in shock, not knowing that he caused pain to his own son. And they would always call me at night to see if I was okay when no one else did. He added, oh God, no one else did. He added, they all looked at Michael with a stuck, sorrowed, guilty look. We're so sorry, Michael. We never actually thought that we could do this to you or even checked up on you, Mrs. Afton said with tears. Threateningly, with tears forming up in her eyes. Michael smiled. It's okay, guys, I forgive you. He then... where am I? It's okay, guys, I forgive you, he said, hugging his family. Warren smiled and got up. Well, I have to go now. I'll see you guys tomorrow, Ryan said. As she walked towards... Don't judge me, I am crying. What do you expect? This is a sad story. Where am I? Well, I have to go now. I'll see you guys tomorrow, Ryan said. She walked towards the door until she felt a hand grabbed hers. She turned around to saw Michael as he kissed their cheek, which made Ryan turn which made Ryan form pink tints on their cheeks. Bye, Ryan. Thanks for everything, he said, smiling. You're welcome. They said they waved goodbye to everyone and headed home for the next day. Sorry. Sorry for that. Note. Wait, no, this is nothing to do. Ugh. Okay, chapter 4. You woke up to a message on your phone. You checked to see that Michael had messaged you. Hella had a message for you. You click and read it. Hey Ryan, sorry if it's a little early right now, but I was wondering if you wanted to have lunch with me and my family at 1:25. It's okay if not. Next time, it's okay if you're not. Next time, if you're not busy. Okay. Bye. You smiled and saw that it was 10 a.m. You got out of your bed and took a shower. After that, you changed into your clothes and went downstairs and surprisingly not to see your mum, which was actually at the dinner table in the kitchen. Which is usually at the dinner table or in the kitchen. Mom, you yelled. No answer. Mom, you yelled again. You yelled out again. Still no answer. You became worried and checked the house until only to find a note. Why, Andy? I'm sorry for not telling you about me going out of town. I made breakfast for you. Also, Michael told me that you were eating lunch at his place, and it's fine. I'm fine with that. But don't get hurt. I'll be back in 5 days. Love, Mom. Sorry, I have to add the expression for me. You put the note back on the counter and looked at the fridge. Looked in the fridge to find pancakes. You took the plate. You took the plate and syrup. You set pancakes on the table and poured some syrup on your pancakes. You set them up with a start and set them up and start eating. After that, you wash the dishes and scroll through your phone and nothing else to do until you see a message from Michael. Hey Ren, I'm going to pick you up in 30 minutes. See ya. You sat there looking at the emoji with a blank expression. Your heart starts beating slightly fast. Your heart starts beating slightly fast, and your face heats up. You got up and sat on the couch trying to process what he sent. Your thoughts were interrupted by a ding dong at your door. Sorry. And you get to open the door. As soon as you open it, you were knocked out cold. Turning your vision black as you fall to the ground. Finally, I have you, YN. What's happening? Oh my god, swearing alert. Okay, so basically, no, there's a new character in this story. his name is called Jackson, your abusive ex-boyfriend. And I'm gonna leave this on the cliffhanger. Bye guys. Have a great day. I'm kind of crying. So yeah. Okay, see you guys later. Bye.